Yo, today we are bleeding the brakes on the Mini. So you can see kind of just how dark that brake fluid is. So that's why it pretty much needs changing. We're not sure if it's ever been done, so we're going to do it. So, just to make this super easy for someone that doesn't want to watch the whole video of me actually doing it, this is the sequence. You stand at the front of your car, okay? Front of your car, you're facing it. Back right wheel, back left wheel, front right wheel, front left wheel. The reason you do that is because the reservoir is closest to the front left wheel, or the driver's side wheel. That means you're basically clearing the farthest line first, which is that side, and then you're going to clear the second, the third, and the closest. Does that make sense? So basically what you do, and you'll see it in a second, there's basically a bleed valve or a little nipple, bleed nipple, and you basically 10mm spanner onto it as someone's pumping the pedal and then holds it. You, once they're holding it, undo it. That will leak brake fluid, which is basically flushing the system. Their foot will basically then go to the floor. There will be no more brake fluid coming out, or it'll be like seeping out. It won't be kind of shooting out like it would with pressure. You then close that. Once you close it, they then take their foot off the brake pedal, and then you do it again. While you're doing that, and you're kind of 2 or 3 in, probably more closer to 4 or 5 in, go and check your reservoir, keep topping it up, because that's basically flushing it through. So if you haven't used the turkey-based method, which you'll see in the video, of basically clearing out most of the reservoir first and then putting new stuff in and then flushing it through, you will have to flush through more, which means using kind of more new stuff kind of to get everything out. Does that make sense? So if you clear your reservoir out with a turkey baster, put new stuff in, you will only have to flush a few times to kind of clear all the lines. If you don't use the turkey baster method or a syringe or something like that, then you'll have to flush a little bit more, especially for the first one, to basically get the reservoir clean and to get that brake line clean, and then you can go and do all the other ones. Okay, so standing at the front of the car, back right, back left, front right, front left. Now onto the video. So this is where a turkey baster comes in. So we have the jack under the jacking point. I'll show you on this side, which is basically this thing here. Basically it is a 17mm to get your wheel off, and the jacking point I showed you a little bit earlier. We're going to basically take the wheel off, put the bleed valve kit kind of on it, so it's like that thing over there. Going to stick that on the end of the nipple, and then Katie's going to jump in the car and pump the brake like 4 or 5 times until it's completely solid. Hold the brake down. I'm then going to loosen the nut that you'll see with a 10mm spanner, and then that will release the pressure, which will basically start to bleed the brakes. Once Katie kind of hits the floor with the brake, I will see at this end because it will stop pumping fluid out, and then I will tighten that up. Then Katie will let her foot off the brake, and then we'll do the whole process again, kind of 2 or 3 or 4 times until I start to see kind of clear fluid coming through. Now, while doing that, it's really important that you keep the reservoir topped up. So to basically fully flush the system, you pump it like this, and then make sure every so often you top up back at the front, so that way new fluid is kind of getting through and you're flushing out the old fluid. That's the plan. So the bleed nipple is just here. Okay, pump it a bunch again. And now hold it to the floor. Okay, pump. Okay, off. So the torque for the mini wheels are, for this generation, is basically 120 newton meters. And you just once again do it in a star pattern. To start on one, hopefully you guys can see that. Start on one over here. That's 120. Now I'm going to basically jump straight across from it. That's 120. That is a satisfying click. Once again, I'm just looking for basically the fluid to come out kind of clearer and with no bubbles. That's the most important thing, no bubbles. And while I'm doing that, I'm topping up the reservoir at the front and then making sure it's closed again. So exact same on the front. So front wheel's off, same jack point, you'll see it. And this is your bleed nipple. Let's take this off. And there she is. Obviously working on cars, be mindful that these nuts can round quite quickly. So yeah, be careful with that. So let's have a little look, now that the brake bleed is done, at the colour. So I'm going to flash up on screen right now what colour it was. And this is now the colour. You can actually see the bottom. So huge change. They're all now fully bled and everyone's happy, and hopefully that means the brakes are a bit nicer and will last a little bit longer. Make sure that's screwed on tight. You'll find that it kind of screws on and then there actually goes like another 2 or 3 spins. So make sure you do that. But yeah, not bad. I really don't know why there's a wind chime inside the garage. It doesn't make any sense. So that is how you bleed brakes. I know I didn't show it all. So once again, just rear right, rear left, front right, front left. Okay, that's all you gotta do. There's a bleed valve like nut. It's 10 millimeters. You literally crack it. It starts bleeding while someone's got their foot pressed on the pedal. Once it stops, you close it, they stop. It really is as simple as that. Now, obviously on newer cars, it can get a bit more complicated. You can, especially really new cars, you might need to kind of plug into the OBD port and actually run like a brake bleed kind of diagnostic. And that will basically purge the system and stuff. But with the Mini Cooper, that's 2005, you don't really need to do that. It's fine. I think there might be a system for it. I'm not sure. There might be a system for it, but it's not required. But that's obviously one of those things, once again, where if you bleed it dry, that's where you run into problems and you may need to actually plug it in and purge the system fully in order to basically get rid of those air bubbles. So don't run it dry. That's the main step. I'm obviously experimenting with sound and cameras, and I've noticed that while editing this video, my camera work is awful now. My sound is awful as well. So I'm working with little things. I've tried to move the mic slightly away from my mouth so you don't hear me as much. I've also turned on noise cancellation so that won't have my breathing as much. It is 30 degrees out right now, so you'll hear a lot of heavy breathing as I kind of sweat while I'm doing the brake bleed. So bear with me. I am trying to obviously experiment a little bit and just see what works. So this clip is different to all of the other clips where I've moved the mic, I've turned on noise cancellation, and I'm just going to use it to see what happens. And once again, I'm doing this more for me and to help people than kind of create this channel that's, you know, gonna blow up, should we say. I always achieved my goal. My goal for the original channel was 1,000 subscribers within a year. I achieved that, and that's it. I'm happy. So anyway, hopefully that helped you, and I will see you guys in the next video.